Okay, welcome everybody. Let's make some noise. Yay, Ukraine, XP days. I know that you're tired. I know, but I will fix that. So, I'm Edwards. I came from Latvia, and my goal today is to show you how easy it is to build a working chatbot, because there's a lot of hype around, right? So for me personally, it wasn't really clear how to start. Which tools should we use? So this is why I have created a step-by-step guideline for people who want to create their own chatbots. So, long story short, if you want to kind of participate actively, if you have a laptop, you can actually do this yourself. If you really want to do hands-on stuff. So, first of all, let's give applause to demo gods, so they are gentle to us, because kind of, if shit will hit the fan, we are time limited. Let's give applause to demo gods. Please, support me. Demo gods, please. Yeah, so they are with us now. Okay, let's move on. So the first thing is, there's a link, the magic link, bit.ly, chatbot quickly. Do you see this one? Oh my God. It doesn't zoom the right part, but you should see this, right? So bit.ly chatbot quickly, right? So if you want to try this at home, enter this link and it will redirect you to my GitHub repository. And actually, there's only one repository which is useful, this one. So before we start, so here you see that there's a large documentation, like a step-by-step guide. So what we're going to do, we will use a tool, like a cloud IDE called Glitch to build the chatbot, and the BotKit framework. Who have heard about Glitch? Please, raise your hand. Glitch. Philip, I need you. Come here and help me. Okay, Glitch. So, here's a joke. So, Glitch has changed the name. Originally, it was called Go Mix. So there are some, Russian-speaking community was not very happy with the name, Go Mix, right? So they have decided to change the name to Glitch, which is also quite a weird name for the software project, right? So Glitch, right? So, but anyway, so what Glitch is? Glitch is essentially a cloud IDE created by the authors of Trello. Trello. So, and it's free. A part of giving you a cloud IDE, it also offers you a free hosting for Node.js applications. So, and it's free. So if you go into the guidelines and read SLA or user license agreement, you'll see that they say, please be gentle. It's like, don't abuse the service, right? It's like, it's free, but just don't mine Bitcoins there, right? That's what I say. Okay, so here's a button called Remix on Glitch. So if I press this button, so it will redirect us to Glitch IDE, and in the background it will start cloning this repository. So it goes to the IDE and makes a clone of this GitHub repository, right? Very simple. So let's wait a bit. So you see here's the documentation and all the files supported. So what should we do next? I have a шпаргалка here. Шпаргалка, right? It says that please create Slack application. So let's go. So by the way, we will use Slack as a chat client. What's good about BotKit, the framework that we'll use? It's actually like a general bot framework, so you can use it for Messenger, for Telegram, for other chats as well. But you will use Slack because it's more like it's the most functional chat on the market now, probably. So let's go and create a Slack application. So essentially, every bot is an application in Slack. Every bot is an application. Whenever you need a bot, you create an app. So there are a few apps already, but it's not important now. Let's create a new app. And we will call it the cat app. So obviously, we'll create something that can share cat pictures, right? Surprise, surprise, the cats, right? So, and we have to choose development workspace, because who is using Slack? So you probably know that in Slack, you can work in many teams at the same time, right? And you can switch. So here I have plenty of workspaces, and the one that we will play with will be Devternity. So let's create an app. Let's create an app. Ta-da! Something has happened. So if I scroll down, I will see that there are some kind of magic credentials created. So client ID and client secret. So what should I do? I have to make a copy of client ID. Then I'm switching back to glitch. And I have to... So by the way, if I take a look in the logs, I will see that my bot can't actually start because it says, please provide the credentials, like a client secret and client ID. So what I'm gonna do, I will open the environment file, like this one, you see it, and I will paste the client ID. And you will see, by the way, that it will immediately reload the Node.js application, which is my bot. So it's loading, but it will fail with the error because client secret is also missing. So I have to make a copy of client secret, and I will hide it quickly. Don't look at this. Turn off your phones, please, and cameras. Okay, so client secret, here we go. And now it will try to reload the application again. What's good about glitch is actually I don't have to press save or something. It just saves the files automatically and redeploys the application into the cloud. Amazing, right? Amazing. So it says kind of things are okay. So let's look in the logs. It says, yeah, you can pass some optional parameters, but actually it works. But we don't know yet, so let's see. So every bot should have an icon. Obviously, there is no bot without an icon, and I have one. Not mine, obviously. The guitar cat. So uploading. I don't want to die on stage. So the cat app, and let's change some background color. Let's say XP days colors are red, whatever, right? Like this. The cat app, and I say save changes. Okay, short description: the best cat bot in the world. Obviously, right? Because it's XP days. So what should I do next? I'll have to configure authentication in Slack, basically how to connect this bot to our bot kit. So what I'm gonna do, I'll go to OAuth and permissions here, and I'll have to connect, I'll have to pass my a bot URL, so I can authenticate it with a Slack. So, and the URL will be, basically, let's give it a nice XP days bot like this, and it will be our bot URL like this one, and it will be OAuth like this. So it's actually real URL, so it's online. Okay, first step, save. The next thing that I have to do, I'll have to configure Slack so it could send events to my bot. Make sense? So my bot should listen for events. So I say enable interactive components, and I'll have to actually set the callback URL as well. And it will be Slack receive. Like this. Enable, then I'm going to event subscription, so I'm doing the same stuff over and over again, say subscribe to events, again say the same endpoint, so Slack will constantly hit my endpoint whenever some events are there, so Slack receive, bam bam, like this, it says verified, it works, and I have to listen to different kind of events, and for this particular demo, I want to listen to all message events. Like a message was posted to a channel. Listen to this one. What else is there? A message was posted in a direct message channel. Exactly. I won't have this one. And what else is there? A message was posted to a private channel, obviously. A message was posted in a multi-party direct message channel. I have no clue what is that, but let's add it anyway. Save. And obviously you don't, by the way, if you install some third-party bot, it's something that you have to think about. Because some bots, they ask you for too much. They say, I want to read all the private conversation, I will send it to cloud somewhere, right? So be very careful with that. So you have to actually limit the access that you grant. Okay, makes sense? So far so good. And then the last step would be creating a bot user. So this is the bot user that will be visible in Slack. So let's give it a cool name, the cat app, and the username will be xpcat. And I want to say that my bot is always online. Otherwise, that would be weird, right? So if my bot goes offline, right? So my bot is always like ready to help me. Ready? Add user bot. So it's doing something. So what I'm going to do now, so Slack is actually configured, right? That's all we need to do. I'm going to glitch back, and I'm opening the bot URL, and it's somewhere online, so it's like a publicly accessible URL, and I will say add to Slack. Let's, aha! So authorize the application or a bot, so we can connect it with a different Slack workspace. I authorize. Bam. The new bot is waiting, and I'm going to Slack and actually see that there's some kind of cat app waiting for something. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new channel. What's our XP days, for example, like this one. And I'm going to invite this bot to a channel. Do you see anything, my friends? Now better? If you don't see anything, please tell me, right? Invite XP, how was it called? Where's my XP cat, by the way? New bot is waiting, but I don't see it. I can see it waiting. Shit. Okay. Horrible, right? So like in the real world, right? Okay. So there are some bots, but I have no idea what this bot does. The cat app. So 6:30. It's actually it's my bot, but the problem is why the name is weird. About this app. Crappy shit. So xpcat save changes. Save changes. So maybe I had to say, aha! I didn't press the right button. So let's reinstall the app again. You see? One press of the button and you are dead, right? So xpcat. Where's my xpcat? Oh shit! I'm getting nervous. Okay. The cat app, the XP days cat. So it's the last talk anyway, right? We're only limited by the amount of space on the video, right? So okay, let's see. I have no clue what to do. Oh, the new bot is waiting. Aha, yeah, I see it waiting. Definitely, it's there, right? It's hiding from us. It's just hiding there. Okay, again, let's see whether everything is configured. The client ID, the cat app. Let's give it another name. The cat XP days cat app, whatever. It says no. Yeah, now I save the changes. Bot users. Shit. Real world. Philip, are you here? Yeah, Philip. Just say something. It's very uncomfortable silence now. Okay, I'm opening this again. Obviously, I want to try this one more time. Add to Slack. Authorize. Say authorize. Yes. New bot is waiting. Yeah, the XP whatever cat. Okay. XP days. Invite. Thank you. Invite. So we have invited the bot, and it's there. So the only problem with this bot that it doesn't do anything, right? It's like the least useful bot on the planet, right? So it's there, and I can interact with it somehow. But let's start implementing some business logic, right? And obviously we don't write tests, right? in this case, right? So, okay, let's. So I look at my шпаргалка. What should I do? So first of all, in this particular framework, adding some like a business logic is very simple. There's a directory called skills. And you just put some logic there, and it will be automatically picked up by the bot. So what I'm doing first, I'll create a new file under skills directory, and I will call it welcome on join. So I want this welcome on join. I want this cat to say like a welcome user, like when the user joins the channel, right? Very simple. Every bot is doing that. Welcome on join JS, add file. So, and then some programming. Module exports controller like this, right? So you obviously can see that it supports quite fresh, quite latest Node.js version. So, and then we add some kind of listeners. So, and the events that we can listen are available on the botkit documentation. So there's a huge list of whatever events like you can listen to. But now we are interested in this event, user channel join, right? When user joins the channel, what I do here, bot message, I assign the callback like this. Node.js is all about the callbacks. So, and I say, when this event takes place, I say bot, like send the message. And I say something like this. Hello, message user. Like this. So I say, hi user, like a welcome to this particular channel. Right? So let's see. And by the way, I don't have to redeploy anything. I just add some logic, right? So let's give it a try. Again, I can't promise anything. So let's invite some of my colleagues. For example, invite someone. Let's say Andrei Damovich. Boom. Ha! It works. It works. But obviously, and every developer wants to have to be called like this. Hello, U035QTGMP, right? It's like the code name. It's like a very programming friendly name, right? ID. It's like hash code of you, right? Almost like this. But for the time being, let's leave it as it is. I will show you later on how we can interpolate the variables in Slack, right? So for the time being, that's okay. So шпаргалка. So business logic is there. It works. Let's add some more advanced stuff. So I want my cat bot to be able to say something. Let's say I say, "Hey cat bot, say this," and my cat should reply. Should like repeat my message, right? So this is my next challenge. Again, let's add new skill. For example, say something, JS. Say something, JS. So again, module exports controller, same stuff like this. Nothing's happening. And I can define controller here's method. Here, not hearts, but here's. And I can define a set of regular expressions that my bot listens for, right? And I'm interested in only direct mentions. I have to say, cat, please do say something, right? I have to mention the cat because usually bots can listen for all messages, not even addressed directly to the bot, right? Obviously. So I have to mention the bot directly. And again, the same approach, bot and the message, like the callback, like this. So let's define regular expression. So when the message starts with say, for example, something, what can I do next? I can get the first match. So this one, right? This is the parameter one, this one. And it will be a thing to say, right? Makes sense. So, and then what I do is in bot, reply, message, a thing to say. Like this, very simple. Let's see whether it works. I say, how it's called, the XP whatever. That's a crappy name, the XP cat. No, sorry. Yeah. Say hello to the best audience on the planet. Hello to the best audience on the planet, right? Yay! It works. It works amazing, you see? But for example, what if I do something like this? I say. Kind of, it has no clue what to say, and I want my bot to kind of to drive the conversation somehow. So let's implement a bit more logic. So we can listen for messages that kind of say, and they don't have the regular expression. So it will be like this. If, yeah? It can be a different handler. It can be a different handler, but I want to put it here just to simplify the thing. There, exactly. Give applause to this guy. Woo! Man, you actually saved the planet now, because otherwise we would waste a lot of time now on this. Thank you. Yeah, it's like this. Great. Yeah. You deserve a book, but I don't have it. So, so here we go. If there's a thing to say, I say, hey, if there's a thing to say, else. Craftsmanship people will kill me for if conditions, right? Bot reply, say message, say, I will repeat whatever you say, bro. Right, so let's give it a try. The XP, say. There is say, okay, works. And they say, hello, thanks man for finding an issue in the code. Yeah, the cat says that. It works, right? So, very simple idea, right? Okay, so kind of this way our bots can listen for the conversation and react somehow. So you can mention the bot directly, it can listen for all messages, whatever. Just define a regular expression and how the bot responds. Simple, like this, piece of cake, right? Babushka code, right? It's like, come on, you know how to do this. Babushka code. Okay, let's move on. Let's define something that's called a slash command. So the slash command is this one. So in Slack, you can define custom commands. It's very useful. It's like an API documentation for what your bot can do, right? So what I'm going to do now, again, I'm going to Slack, and I want to define a slash command. A new command, and this command will give us the cat picture. So whatever, let's call the command pic. I have to point this fantastic slash command to my bot URL again, like Slack receive. Short description shows the cat pic. Usage hint, just do it. Right, so here we go. I save the command. And it prompts me to reinstall the Slack application again. No worries, it won't crash, hopefully. So I say, it prompts me to reinstall the Slack bot because like it requires more access rights now, right? To work with these slash commands together. So authorize, fine. And you can see, if I switch to Slack, do you see this one? There is a slash command called pic. But the problem is that if I call this one, what will happen? What do you think? What happens? I call the command. What happens next? It times out. Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. So it times out. But how does it work? It will actually hit this defined endpoint, and endpoint does nothing, right? So and it just times out, right? So Slack expects like a 200 response, like a OK when, right? Okay, let's implement the nice business logic then. So let's implement this nice handler. Let's go to our IDE again. Say skills, pick.js, module exports controller, like this. And I will also say controller on slash command bot message, like this, and again the callback. Okay. So first of all, I need to find an API. Where can I grab cat pictures? What is the API? There is something important. It's called random cat meow. You see, it returns the JSON. So basically, let's try this one in the console. HTTP. It's an API. And what's under the hood? Exactly what we want, right? Exact. So good. Let's use this API then, right? Because it's amazing. First of all, you can see that this particular callback will get triggered for all the slash commands. And so the first thing that I will do, I'll say if message command is not a pick, then just return. Unhappy craftsmanship people. So, and what I'm going to do next, I need to require the dependencies to call the HTTP endpoint. So it will be the API. So the library is called request, and I'll say require request. And there is no magic, because if we look at package.json, then you will see that this library is actually there. It will fetch this library. So now we need to call the API. So request get. Here's our cat API, and I will have to say HTTP probably. And then I have to say error response body, like this. So if there is a response, I'm not gonna check whether the server's like a crashing. Let's be optimistic. So I say it's JSON there, so I'll have to parse the JSON now. And the attribute was called file, right? File. So it will be file. And it will be URL. All right. So what I'm going to do next, a bot reply to the message. And now an interesting part. In Slack, there's no notion of attachments. So before we were sending just a plain text, right? What is attachment? Attachment is a picture, or it can even be a button or a PDF, whatever. So something like a more dynamic than just a text, right? So we will have to send the attachment. And what's good about Slack is that, for example, if you send a picture, the Slack will unfold the picture and post it as a picture, not as a URL. As easy as it is. So let's say attachments, like this. And I say one of the attachment has a title. Let's say the fabulous cat. Obviously, XPDay's cat. And image URL will be URL, right? Simple? So let's give it a try. Do you understand this code? Like, Bob, oh no, 50 minutes, it's just, we had issues with by the way, we had issues. Okay. Okay, let's run faster. So, make sense? Very simple. Let's give it a try. Let's call picture now. Here we go. But the dimension sucks. Another cat, please. Another cat, please. It just works. See, amazing, right? Very simple, right? Oh my god. It's not a cat, so there's a bug, sorry. We have to check if pig contains a cat, right? Sorry, so we have to add some more business logic, some image recognition, obviously, right? Makes sense? So very simple, so we can send attachments. So what we're gonna do next, we want our users to react on these attachments. So let's say we want to prompt the user whether the user likes the cat. Like, let's say, do you recommend this cat to your boss, right? Yes or no, something like this. Okay, makes sense? So obviously, bots should be interactive. So let's implement the interaction. So attachment can be a picture, or attachment can be a button, for example, or a Dropbox, something. So we will, so a part of picture, we will add another attachment that will be a set of buttons. So the title will be like this. Title will be would you recommend this cat to Nikolai Lemenkov? Right? Or maybe Anna? Right, like this. So callback ID, I have to define callback ID, so it doesn't really matter now. So cat recommendation, whatever. And I can define a set of actions. So actions are these nice buttons. So buttons are, so the first action will be recommend. Kind of, yeah, cat is good. The text will be definitely. So the type will be button, and there are many, like there are more types available. And the value will be yes. So the second action will be also name recommend, so it's the same action, but the text will be different. The text will be the cat is crap. Type will be button, and the value will be no. Of course no. Okay, make sense? Let's give it a try. Huh? Cool, right? So there's a cat. So the first attachment is a cat, the picture itself, and the next attachment is a set of buttons with a text. Would you recommend this cat to Nikolai Lemenkov or maybe Anna? Definitely. This cat is crap, right? So, but if I press the button, timeout, exactly. You know what to do, the timeout, right? So the last thing that we have to implement is the processing logic. So what happens when someone presses the button? And I'm going to do it in a glitch again. So I'm going to create another skill. Like skills, let's say respond to recommendation GS. So module exports controller, something like this, again, over and over again. And we say controller on, and here we'll have interactive message callback. So is it clear from the name? What does it do? It's clear, right? So interactive message callback, right? So whenever someone presses the button in Slack, it will go here, right? Okay. Let's filter out the action. So I want to handle particular action. And the action, so I'll say trigger, give me a set of actions, because there could be many of them. And I say for each, like this, action like this. So I say if action name match, it will be recommend, then this. Otherwise, do nothing, whatever. So action name is recommend. So what we're going to do, when the user presses the button, I want to replace the buttons the buttons with the answer, right? So let's say it should say Edwards said yes, the cat is amazing, or Edwards says the cat is crap, right? Very simple. So let's do this now. So what I'm going to do, I will take the original message. So original message is this one, the whole message. And I will remove all the attachments. Actually, I'll remove all actions from the attachments. Like this. What does it mean to remove all actions from the attachments? People, help me. What does it mean? What did I do? What does it mean? Actions. I have just removed the buttons, exactly. Remove the buttons, right? Remove the buttons. And then say, hey, who has triggered the action? So it will be, let's say, trigger user. But trigger user will be like this, u225 yada yada, which you have seen before. But in Slack, the good thing is that you can interpolate variables like this. So if you put it like this, it will resolve the username. Very simple, right? So it's a Slack feature. So let's continue. So person, and the text will be, for example, it will be like this. Person has replied action name, right? It will be like a recommend or no, this cat is crap. Like this. And what I'm going to do next, say reply, attachments, push, the text, obviously. So text. So I have to push the text as one of the attachments, and I say bot reply interactive trigger reply. I have no clue why reply interactive is called like this, but reply interactive means take the original message and replace it with this one, right? So it's kind of mutable message. I have removed the buttons, I pushed the text instead of the buttons, and I have replaced the original message. Make sense? Here's the idea. So let's give it a try. If I press the button, not bad, right? Do you see this one? Let's say, again, picture, give me the picture. Is this cat crap? Yeah, it's crap. Recommend action. No, you haven't seen anything. So, what's the bug? Where's the bug? Exactly. Why haven't you helped me? You knew that. You knew that. Philip, you're also here. You could spot the bug. Yeah. Now you're saying you're sorry. Okay, so here we go. The cat is crap. Oh my God, it's really crap. Oh shit. Wow. Let's. Makes sense? Works? It works? So, by the way, yeah, I don't, so my шпаргалка is over. So, by the way, that's all I have. So you see, you can actually build a working chatbot in how many minutes we spent here? 30 minutes, right? Clone the repository, start building skills, and that's all you need to do. So a few hints for you. I actually use this guy on production. Not this cat in particular, but the bot kit and glitch. It works extremely well. And I also use it for development. For example, when I create a new bot, I use a glitch to prototype, to play with things, and when I see that the bot is ready, I really like it. I usually deploy it to some Amazon, Lambda, whatever. So a glitch is also, it's not only like useful for production apps, but if you have bot running somewhere, you can use glitch just to play with things because you don't have to redeploy. It does everything for you. By the way, so the code that is here can also run on Heroku, whatever, like a Node.js hosting, right? We just run it here because it's just faster. I want to prototype rapidly, right? That's all I want to do. Make sense? Clear? Amazing. So questions? Any questions? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, one question.
Sure.
How complicated would it be to migrate it to a different messenger? Is it completely agnostic or?
For this basic functionality, it's completely agnostic. So BotKit, I would say it's one of the most popular kits for developing bots in like generic ways. I would say that would be very simple. So we have so I run the biggest software development community in Latvia, and we use this bot to deal with Telegram, with Messenger, with Slack, and it's just the same API. Nice. There are some different. So once you need some specifics, then yes, you sometimes have to like go deeper and use some native API, but for general things it works. And now, by the way, BotKit also abstracts out the messenger specific, so you don't have to use the API directly. You use what BotKit gives you, right? So it's amazing.
Is BotKit well documented?
It's extremely well documented, and it's like open source, free. You can contribute, and I'm actually contributing there as well a bit. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
How can I use some kind of database, for example?
That's a very good question. So BotKit supports abstraction over different data storages. So you can plug different storages, and in the meantime, there is support for Firebase, for Mongo, and probably SQL storages as well. So the point is that you don't have to deal with these specific storages directly. There's nice abstractions, it's like a store, remove, something like this, change, and it's very nice. So it's a set of simple operations. Once you need, when you need something more advanced, then you have to just plug the, let's say, MongoDB driver here. This is a Node.js application, and go and work with your Mongo, for example. Very simple.
Oh, I see. So it's very easy, yes, to add some kind of database in this kind of environment, yes?
Exactly. So here, this is a Node.js code, right? So
okay.
Whatever Node.js gives you, you can use it here.
Great, thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions?
Thanks. Yeah, so I'm wondering if you have recommendations for something similar to BotKit, but for different languages, like Java or Ruby or something like that.
I think that there are frameworks available for all the languages, and they're like a bot something for J, like I think it's called bot for J something. Also, like a quite well documented product for Java. There's I don't remember the name, but there's official like a BotKit from Microsoft. So what I like about Node.js, it's like it's about this particular framework. It's very lightweight, it's well documented, and it's easy to host it on Glitch, right? When you have Java, you have to probably deploy it somewhere, right? So it's a bit more messy. But there are frameworks, like there's official Microsoft framework, and there's a non-official Java framework. I think it's called Bot4G, but you can Google it, like a bot framework for Java. Here you go. There's a list of them. I know that you're tired. Okay? Time is over? Okay, thank you, folks.